बंधन मुक्त अवस्था का यहाँ हो रहा अनुभव गहरा, बिखर रहा प्रकाश यहाँ दिव्य लाल सुनहरा। बंधन मुक्त अवस्था का यहाँ हो रहा अनुभव गहरा, समा के तेरी किरणों में मिल रहा आनंद अपार। प्रभु तेरे वतन का अनुभव जो कर लेता एक बार, प्रभु तेरे वतन का अनुभव जो कर लेता एक बार। है कितनी मनमोहक यहाँ तुमसे मिलन की बेला, अतीन्द्रिय सुख का सागर ये तेरा परलोक सुहेला। है कितनी मनमोहक यहाँ तुमसे मिलन की बेला, अतीन्द्रिय सुख का सागर ये तेरा परलोक सुहेला। संपूर्ण स्वरूप की अनुभूति का ये अद्भुत संसार, प्रभु तेरे वतन का अनुभव जो कर लेता एक बार, प्रभु तेरे वतन का अनुभव जो कर लेता एक बार। कितना भव्य और उज्ज्वल ये तेरा परम आकाश, इसी लोक में करती रूहें सर्वोत्तम एहसास। कितना भव्य और उज्ज्वल ये तेरा परम आकाश, इसी लोक में करती रूहें सर्वोत्तम एहसास। मन की आंखें करती रहती बस इसका दीदार, प्रभु तेरे वतन का अनुभव जो
Om Shanti. Good morning. Please let me know if you can hear me.
Yes, brother, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So, I'm fortunate enough to be in Madhuban. Right now, I'm here in Panda Bhavan. I'm reading this Murli from Panda Bhavan. Just had a beautiful Amrit Vela at Tower of Peace. And today's Murli is very much in line of this. So let's take a minute to bring yourself to the power of your thought. Try to feel the ambience of Madhuban. The very place where the ocean of knowledge, Baba, entered Brahma Baba in the very history hall. And touched every soul, lightened up the soul, from the burdens of sanskaras, making their heart and mind lighter. Freeing the soul from the consciousness of the limited. Feel the vibrations, feel the ambience with your mind and with your awareness. And today's Murli is very much in line of this very thought. This is the Murli of 15th of September 1971, just barely couple of years from the day Baba left the body. Baba became Avyakt. Baba came into subtle presence. So where Baba is talking about the duty of the master sons of knowledge. Duty of the master sons of knowledge. Baba is the ocean of knowledge, son of knowledge, and we are the masters, the sons of knowledge. So in other words, Baba is telling, we who embody this awareness of knowledge and what is the duty of those who embody this awareness of knowledge. Baba says, what would you call this gathering? The gathering, just put yourself before Baba in the meditation hall. And Baba is looking at all the dadis and seniors. And Baba is asking, what do you call this gathering? What is the speciality of this gathering? The name would be according to the speciality. What is the speciality of this gathering which is not seen in any other gathering? Do you know the speciality of your gathering? This is the gathering of special souls within the Brahmin family. And I think maybe dadis are sitting before Baba at that time. Baba is recognizing the uniqueness within the Brahmin family of the souls who are sitting before. This is the gathering of a special souls within the Brahmin family. However, the speciality of the gathering of the special souls is that this is the confluence of all the well-known rivers. That is how Baba shares, that is how Baba see this gathering. It's a confluence of rivers. There are many melas like Kumbh Mela, melas on the rivers on special days. But this is the mela of very well-known rivers. This is the meeting of the rivers, the purifiers that have emerged from the ocean of knowledge. Now Baba is recognizing Dadis as the purifiers. Baba is the ocean of purifier, the rivers of purifiers. This is the meeting of rivers of purifiers that have emerged from the ocean of knowledge. Do you consider yourself to be the purifier? If you are purifier, do you know the main thing? That is, who can become the purifier? In order to become the purifier, which main aspect should you keep in your awareness? So that no matter how impure someone is, he becomes pure. The role of a purifier is to make impure pure. So, Baba is asking, what is the main thing to become a purifier? He becomes pure so that even the thought of the impure soul merges in that. For this, the main thing that should be in your intellect is, I am a master son of knowledge that will destroy the impure thoughts, attitudes, and visions of the impure souls. The master son of knowledge, with your presence, their thoughts, their attitudes, and their visions, Dristi, Vritti, and Sankalp of impure souls should be destroyed. If you look at an impure soul while being a master son of knowledge, then just as the sun destroys all the germs of the dirt and rubbish within its rays, with its rays, so too no impure thoughts of an impure soul can attack a soul who is a purifier. In fact, the impure soul will surrender himself to you, the purifier. If an impure soul has an impure thought towards a purifier, what should you understand? That you become a mic but not a might house. The sound through a mic is very sweet and enables you to experience pleasure through the ears. But a might house gives you the experience of the sweetness of the mind. If you taste this sweetness of the senses even once, then this sweetness of the senses will attract you to a variety of temporary sweetness. Let me give a pause here. So Baba is talking about very deep aspects. If you're inspiring or influencing people by your sweet talk, and if you are attracted by the sweetness of what you're listening, it will, even in future, it will attract you only for the words. Now Baba is telling you have to embody, you're not just becoming the mic, but you have to become a might house. When you embody this awareness and your presence is influencing their thoughts, shifting their awareness, shifting their attitudes and the vision of the soul who is before you, and that is to become purifier. There is sweetness of mind and there is a sweetness of the ears. So this is the main thing Baba is bringing up. So a purifier, the main qualification is they embody this knowledge and give the sweetness of the mind, not just of the ear. So Baba says, let there not be any type of attraction towards the sweetness of the senses of any impure soul, that is towards perishable sweetness, in order that those who come experience super sensuous joy. Those who experiences that joy which is beyond senses, or the sweetness of the mind. As soon as they come, the purifier should first of all stabilize themselves in the stage of Manmanabha. Let me repeat. Let there not be any type of attraction toward the sweetness of the senses of any impure souls, that is towards perishable sweetness, in order that those who come experience supersensuous joy or sweetness of the mind. As soon as they come, the purifier should first of all stabilize themselves in the stage of Manmanabha. Stabilizing in the stage of Manmanabha is the pre-qualification to give others supersensuous joy, or to be in that supersensuous joy. If you are even slightly trapped in any type of consciousness of the body, or towards the world of the body, that is towards any sweetness of the things of the old world, then how will you enable others to experience the sweetness of the mind? The taste of the physical iron aged things or attachments of the mind may have finished, but after this, do you know which stage do you have to cross? So if you actually see, Baba already mentioned two things: sweetness of the senses, physical iron age things, and the second thing is attachment of the mind may have finished. Or in other words, your own memory of this physical worldly experience, even your past should not influence your mind. When that thing is finished, then when you cross that border, what is the next thing that is coming? Do you know which stage do you have to cross after crossing that? You have already broken the iron chains, the gross chains. But the subtle thread in some places do not allow you to be free. Which are those subtle threads? It is not difficult for this group to recognize this. You know this, accept this, and you wish this, so that what else remains? Which is the most subtle thread, which starts a new bondage after having become an enlightened soul. Many give their own ideas. Note all of this. Baba says, everything that you note will be useful. Is there anything else? So Baba is doing a reflection activity with that is, like, once you cross the boundary of going beyond the influence of senses, going beyond, taking your mind beyond the experiences of this world. So what is the next thing that you have to cross? The subtle threads. And different people, the Dadis gave different ideas. And Baba says, note all of these subtle threads. Everything that you note will be useful. Is there anything else? Ganges and Ganga and Jamuna have come together in this group. This is a speciality, is it not? This is the speciality of this group at this time. Are the Ganges and the Jamuna not together? Saraswati is incognito. So there is a special male confluence of Ganga, Jamuna, and Saraswati. Ganga and Jamuna are two rivers coming from two tributaries, and there is an incognito river, Saraswati. There is a deep significance about who the Ganges is and who the Jamuna is. The most subtle and the most attractive thread is of the word I. This is the same theme which Baba was sharing in the recent Avyak Murli. So on February 2nd, the thread of I, the word I is one that takes you beyond consciousness of the body, and the same word I brings you into body consciousness from being soul conscious, by being conscious that you are a soul. I am a body. You practice trying to go beyond this consciousness. But this same word I am so and so. I know everything. I am no less in anything. I can do everything. I am doing this. I am able to do this. I know what I am and what I am like. I know how I am tolerating everything. I know how I overcome all the problems. I know how I die and continue to move along. I know how I have renounced everything and I'm continuing to move along. Instead of correct list of I, this wrong list of subtle attractive threats. This is the most subtle threat. So if you actually see, the tone of the I is nothing to do with the senses here. And they might be facts. But Baba says you have to go beyond that awareness. You might be tolerating in some of the situation, but you have to go beyond that, right? So there is this subtle version of body consciousness, which is the consciousness of what you feel when you are engaging in this world of action and interaction. And the awareness that comes is this awareness of I repeat, I am so and so. So this so and so is based on what you have experienced and expressed and engaged or made a difference in this physical world that create that sense of I. I know everything. I am no less. So this is kind of Swaman, but I am no less. What is it based on? Based on what you have done. I can do everything. I am doing this. So what you're doing is creating your sense of awareness. I am able to do this. I know what I am and what I am like. I know how I am tolerating everything. I know how I overcome all the problems. I know how I die and continue to move along. I know how I have renounced everything and I am continuing to move along. Instead of the correct list of I, this wrong list, Baba says this is all a wrong list, even though it is a fact, but it is at a limited level. It is at the level of action and interaction. This wrong list becomes a subtle, attractive thread. This is the most subtle thread. Instead of becoming detached, instead of having love for the Father. So now Baba is shifting your awareness, not based on what you interact in this physical world, but based on your interaction with Baba. What is that sense of I, sense of self that comes from that? And that takes you beyond this limited threads of attachments. Baba says, instead of having, okay, this is the most subtle thread. Instead of becoming detached from the subtle threads, instead of having love for the Father, you have then have love for one or another soul or object, whether it is love for regard, love for name, love for honor, love for any special soul. So in order to break this thread, in order to be liberated from this thread, what do you have to do? How can you transfer it? Try to see the subtlety of what Baba is asking us to do. So Baba says, the responsible uh, the responsible crowned group has been called here. You are the group that has imbibed the aim of responsibility. What else do you need? Are you egoless? Are you incorporeal? If you stabilize yourself in the incorporeal stage and become egoless, then you will automatically become viceless. And try to see the sequence. This is more about Nirakari, Nirvikari, Nirahankari. So Baba is emphasizing on the sequence of how do you practice this, how do you go beyond the subtle threads of ego and the vices. First, Baba is emphasizing to become incorporeal. I repeat, the responsible ground group has been called here. So Baba is qualifying who is before him, who has responsibility, the crown of responsibility. You are the group that has imbibed the aim of responsibility. What else do you need? Are you egoless? Are you incorporeal? If you stabilize yourself in incorporeal stage and then become egoless, then you will automatically become viceless. First incorporeal, then you become egoless. Egoless means your sense of self created by the worldly actions and interactions will free you from that, and then you'll automatically become viceless. Incorporeal, egoless, and then viceless. You definitely become egoless, but you do not become egoless. Okay. You definitely become egoless, but you do not become egoless after becoming incorporeal. You make yourself egoless for a temporary period if with many yuktis, but you have to stabilize yourself in incorporeal stage, then come into the corporeal form to perform action. Because this consciousness or practice does not become natural and part of your nature, you are not able to stabilize, constantly stabilize yourself in the egoless state. When someone comes from one place, he constantly has the awareness that he has come from that particular place, right? When you are aware that you are coming from Madhuban, you have the awareness that you came from that place of Madhuban. Or when you have this awareness that you came from the soul world, you have this awareness that you came from the soul world, which means your awareness of the self is incorporeal. He constantly has the awareness that he has come from that particular place. In the same way, you should constantly have the awareness that you have come from the incorporeal into the corporeal and are performing your tasks. Every now and then, now and again, whilst performing every action, practice this stage so that they become, so that by being incorporeal and then coming into the corporeal, you will definitely become egoless and wise. You have this practice for a temporary period, but now transfer it for all time. You have developed disinterest, vairag. You have the attitude of vairag, vairagya, vritti, but now become this for all times and have unlimited vairag. Behad ka vairag. Vairag of all had, limited. Otherwise, something limited will become an instrument to make you finish your attitude of disinterest. You are yoga yukt. First yoga, and with the power of yoga, you are being smart in managing the situation. Yoga should be the guiding force to handle. Yoga yukt. But now reveal the sign of being yoga yukt in a practical action, which means yoga is that your sense of self is incorporeal, your sense of self is created based on experiences with incorporeal Baba, with your Adi and Anadi sanskaras, which is your eternal sanskaras. And from that awareness, that yoga, you use yoga in a practical action. Your every action and every word should make a bogi soul, one who experience sensual pleasures, or who is absorbed in this awareness of the worldly experiences into a yogi soul, which means you pull their awareness to their eternal sanskaras and eternal self and give them that sense of what it feels to be a yogi, right? So your every action, you, the yogi souls, yogyukt souls, every action and every word should make a bogi, one who experiences sensual pleasure, into a yogi soul. Your every thought and every action should be accurate, yukti yukt, and filled with significance, ras yukt, and filled with meaning, rahasya yukt. Yogyukt, and then Yukti Yukt. And then you reveal with Rasi Yukt, deeper insights, and with full of significance, meaning, Rahasya Yukt. This is known as being Yogyukt in practical way. If these three things are not merged in your thoughts, words, and action, then consider them to be waste. So the very definition of waste has redefined here. So Baba says, unless my thoughts, words, and actions are not making a bogi into a yogi, by me not being in yogi stage, and my words are not yukti yukt and ras yukt and rahasya yukt, then consider that to be waste. Then you should understand that you are not yet a yogi in a practical form, but that you are still practicing to be a yogi. So there is now a need to pay attention to this aspect. Then no circumstances or obstacles will come to attack you. By being yogi, jnana yukt, by having love accurately, sneha yukt, yoga yukt, jnana yukt, and sneha yukt, and by being a divine alaukik image, you will become the proof that is an example in front of the world. Those who become proof of knowledge and yoga in front of the world are the ones who become Maya proof. Those who become proof of knowledge and yoga in front of the world are the ones who become Maya proof. So, in order to be Maya proof, consider yourself to be a proof of knowledge and yoga. To be the form of an example means to become one who fulfills the wishes of all souls. Form a sample of Gyan and yoga means you fulfill the wishes of all souls. Your presence itself fulfills the wishes of the souls. Those who are Gyan Yukt and Yog Yukt and Sneh Yukt. Those who constantly follow Baba's orders at every step and in every thought are the ones who are able to fulfill the wishes of other souls. If you have any wish for your effort or for success, the reason for this is that somewhere or other, you're not following all the orders. So, the moment you have the slightest confusion about your effort, your success in service or in receiving love or cooperation from others, then check which order is being missed out, of which you are experiencing the practical results, even if it is just for 1 second. The orders are not just of the main things, but you have also been given orders for every moment and every action. Check all the orders in the timetable that you have been given to follow from Amrit Vela in the morning till the night. Check your attitude, vision, thoughts, awareness, service, and relation. Check your vritti, drishti, sankalp, right? Smriti, seva, and sambandh. When any machinery becomes slow whilst in use, all its parts are checked. You check it everywhere. By checking everything, you will be able to intensify the speed, because now there is no longer the question of coming to a halt. Now it is a question of making your speed faster. You stabilize yourself in all the stages you have just heard about. What are the stages? You stabilize yourself in all the stages you have just heard about, and you're also special souls in making effort. You are good at checking your stage, but what you do have to do now, increase your percentage. The percentage is very slow. This is the result of the paper you have just taken. You create your stage on the basis of knowledge, but you yourself are not content with the percentage. Now you have to complete this together with the force of knowledge, because of the subtle things you were told about. A false force, a force which causes damage, also becomes mixed in this. What will you keep in your awareness so that the false force, the force that causes damage, does not interfere? If you have the feeling of mercy for all the souls all the time, then neither will you have disregard for anyone, nor will others disregard you. This is a sign. You will not disregard others, and others will not disregard you. Wherever there is mercy, there cannot be any force. Instead of being merciful, where you have to be merciful, you become very authoritative. However, you are not the world emperors here at this time, right? And at present, you are the servers, not the ones who take service from others. If someone even has the thought, I did this much, and so I should receive name and fame for it, then this is also taking. Children of bestower cannot even have this thought. अच्छा, मीठे मीठे सीखिलदे बच्चों प्रति माता पिता बाप दादा का याद प्यार और गुड मॉर्निंग। रूहानी बाप की, रूहानी बच्चों को नमस्ते। हम रूहानी बच्चों की, रूहानी बाप दादा को याद प्यार, गुड मॉर्निंग और नमस्ते। So very beautiful Murli, but very subtle practices Baba is mentioning, and this is spoken on 71. Now this even applies for every one of us, because now the end is coming soon. So Baba is telling, this is the stage that we need to maintain. Like Baba was telling, in order to be the purifier, like Ganges, the rivers which has the flow, the rivers should emerge from the ocean of knowledge, means the awareness of us souls should be based on the experiences of being in incorporeal. By interacting with the incorporeal Baba, our experience of being with Baba, that true love, which is nothing to do with the senses, nothing to do with this physical world, but everything to do with that incorporeal world. When we ourselves become incorporeal and then stabilize ourselves in that incorporeal super sensuous, that joy which is beyond the senses, and our presence will be called Yog Yut. Our presence radiate this pure white, pure love, pure energy that transforms the person, even the impure logic person's bogi into a yogi. Even their thoughts, their vritti, and their awareness totally becomes spiritual. your presence will bring their attention to their spiritual self. And that is how you become the rivers of purifier, purifying the souls and giving them a taste of the sweetness of the mind. Right? And Baba is giving more on what are the subtle threads and subtle threads of I and mind. And Baba has gone much deeper into that. And Baba is talking about being a responsible soul. How do we go beyond, shift our vritti to become yog yukt, become yukti yukt, raj yukt, and rahasya yukt? And then Baba is stabilizing, shift the force of being authoritative to the force of your presence. So let's take a minute to soak in. Try to recognize what shift Baba is asking us to make. And when you're ready, share what did you like from this Murli? What is the subtle practice that Baba is asking us to do and how you're going to do that? The beautiful Murli, Baba is creating our stage. Who would like to share? Can I vote? Yes. Anyone?
Om
Yeah.
Shanti, brother. Very deep, insightful Murli. The duty of signifying the duty of the master sons of knowledge.
Mm.
Baba has emphasized the first lesson today, that the soul consciousness, and in that, what all are the barriers to experience the uh, pure stage, that is the soul consciousness 100% stage, and what all get mixed, and what are the subtle threats which do not allow the soul to be free, and with various types of bondages. And the most, the root of the various types of the subtle thread is the word I, that I am so and so, I am a body, or I am my name, or my body, or I am my position, or my authority, Laukic authorities, or I am male, I am female. All these things are, they are the I know everything, I am no less in anything, I can do everything, I am wherever there's a word I in the logic sense, Baba says that is the most subtle thread which starts various types of bondages. And and then the soul doesn't feel liberated. So the takeaway, the solution is aim of responsibility. The churning is A means atmic stage, Atma. I means incorporeal. I am an incorporeal playing a role in this corporeal body. I am a might house. M stands for might house. I'm a might house, which is experiencing the sweetness of mind, imperishable sweetness of mind, stage of Manmanabha, soul consciousness stage. Om Shanti.
Mm. Beautiful. And one of the subtleties of this threads is definitely we have gone beyond the body and gender and the senses. but there are these valid things like I know how I have overcome. This is your personal experience. Baba says, like, go beyond what you feel of yourself, of how you handle the things in this world, but instead try to engage your awareness, how you feel being incorporeal, experiencing Baba's love, and hold that sense of self. Both are true, but this experience of awareness of yourself is based on physical, how you handle the things physically, but now you have to remember how you feel being incorporeal. So that is the subtlety Baba was emphasizing. Thank you. Anyone else? Banu?
Oh,
Yeah,
Om Shanti, brother.
Shanti.
I like the way Baba began the Murli because I always had this intoxication of being Gyan Surya. That title, because he himself is the ocean of knowledge. And when he says that, son of knowledge, the whole thing, royalty, personality, complete purity. I'm not just writing my name on the sun. I am master sun. I am master purifier. I am master powerful. That's what Baba tells us in the first paragraph. So just imagine the sun, which is the highest thing which one could just see up. Its rays coming down on all, on everything, on the elements and all the people. I am master son of knowledge. And through the rays which I receive from the son of knowledge, I can destroy. So what a power Baba has given. Sometimes even that, of course, I shouldn't be authoritative, but with the merciful look, if I really use this title, I can destroy all the impurity and no impurity can reach me. I am a might house. I am master son of knowledge, because this gives you an intoxication. This is what I would like to first take away.
Beautiful. It's not only that nothing can touch you, but instead, wherever it is generated, that also gets transformed. Even the consciousness, the other soul gets transformed and purified. It's very powerful practice. Yeah. Anyone else? Banu has written, you are a server, you are not the ones who take service from others. Beautiful. Thank you. Bridget?
Om Shanti, brother. So one method that Baba said to become wiseless is stabilizing ourselves constantly in corporeal stage and then coming into action. I mean, coming into corporeal form and then performing action. So this practice, Baba says, one method to make us wiseless. So one example also Baba gave was like when somebody comes from a place, right? Constantly, they'll have that awareness that they have come from this particular place. So we, I think some other Murli, I heard this, that, as soon as, I'm not sure if it was from Suraj Bhai's class. So in order to have this awareness, right, in as soon as we get up, so one practice that we can do is, as soon as we get up, we can have this beautiful thought that I have just descended from the incorporeal world in order to perform elevated action. Child of God, he sent me here in order to make some difference or to be part of this world transformation along with him. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's a nice practice. So I think recently also Baba was mentioning, like, you live there, you come to do your task and go back. Yeah, beautiful. And I like this thing, Nirakari, and then Nirahankari, and then Nirvikari in today's sequence. Unless you become incorporeal, and then your sense of self is shifted based on what you experience there, that makes you egoless. And then the influence of the old sanskaras ingrained within the soul will also lose its effect on the soul. Then you will become wiseless. Very nice. Anyone else?
Just to add one more thing, brother, he started me by raising me such high up in the sky. He said, "You are the master son of knowledge." But see, towards the end of the Murli, to say that you have to check everyone, you have to do that, he's saying, "Yeah, you are world emperor, but not now. You are not now, you are just the world server." So he made me just come down humble to say that I should have mercy in my thoughts, mercy in my feeling, regard for everyone. And then he makes me a world server. So what, even if I'm a son or thing, how he makes you feel, you are a server. You're not, cannot be authoritative. Don't think you're the one, like I thought I am the galaxy, head of the galaxy. No, you're a server. You keep giving. Like he takes us down to the roots. That's what a way he took me at the end of the Murli.
Beautiful. So, yeah, so especially this word may be an action-driven word, but whenever I try to hear what Baba is trying to say is, server is just be in your radiant form, not in your absorbing form. So when you are in Baba's presence, you are just radiating, that your radiance is doing the service, but you're not aware of that radiance either. Egoless of being master, son of knowledge. So, but you're just radiating, but your awareness is totally absorbed in Baba and enjoying Baba's company, enjoying very much comfortable in your own element of your presence. So let's try this practice, what Baba has told. Wherever you are, make yourself very comfortable. Slow down. As you relax, let the senses become calm. Allow your mind to slow down. Let your mind taste the sweetness of silence. A peaceful mind a spacious mind. Let all the heaviness on your heart fully dissolve, making your heart clean and clear. And naturally bringing your attention to your radiant self that incorporates pure self. Very much at home in that pure, peaceful ambience of being in Parandam. Your pure presence. Very comfortable in this pure silence. Shanti Dham. At home. Feel the presence of Baba Feel the presence of the soul who embodies the knowledge, who is the ocean of knowledge. Baba's presence radiating this pure experience, invoking that pure presence within me, making me into the master ocean of knowledge, invoking my Adi and Anadi sanskaras, that pure love, pure radiance of my true presence. Very comfortable in that loving presence of Baba at home, the light is filling my heart and transforming my mind and radiating through this body into this world. This pure presence of mind as the master son of knowledge is touching every heart and soul, invoking the divinity in every soul. Destroying all the limited awareness, bringing every soul into this eternal awareness, making every soul experience the true love of Baba, bringing every soul back at home in this loving, blissful experience with Baba. Your sense of self naturally stable, in this light form, deeply ingrained in this powerful radiance as a might house. Yog, Yukt, Jnana Yukt, Sneha Yukt, sweetness of your presence is invoking the sweetness in the heart, mind, and the soul of every being on earth. Rivers of purifier. Let this vibe radiate like rivers. The deep connection, the power of transformation, uplifting every soul, bringing close to Baba. The rest of the day, hold this awareness, stay in this yoga, and become Yog Yukt. Invoking all the secrets, Ras Yukt, invoking all the Gyan Yut, Rahasya Yut, Sneha Yut. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Harshabai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a lovely day.